Very interesting that he would make this type of a demand or request, or however you want to word it, because if we go back to April, Kevin Durant talked about the coaching of the team and Steve Nash, who had been under some criticism, as you know.
Okay.
And it's very interesting the type of comments he made about Steve Nash back in April. Let's take a listen.
I think he's done a great job. I mean, the last 2 years, he's been dealt a wild hand, injuries, trades, disgruntled players, like guys in and out the lineup, stuff that he can't control. And I felt like, he handled it as best as he could.
Tim, what do you make of those comments then to what is now being said to the owner from Kevin Durant?
Well, it's kind of amusing that Kevin Durant used the phrase disgruntled players in that answer. I mean, obviously, I would say he was referring to James Harden as part of that, given the fact that James had just asked for a trade a couple of months ago away from the Nets, but now he obviously could fall into the same camp. I mean, look, obviously there's all this noise around the Nets. There's been all this noise around the Nets for months. Frankly, there's been all this noise around the Nets for going back on almost 4 years now since Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving joined up to play with the Brooklyn Nets back in the summer of 2019. I mean, I was in Philadelphia in January of 2020 when Kyrie went down the roster and said, yeah, it's clear we need to have better pieces around me, Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Garrett Temple, DeAndre Jordan, and Kevin Durant, and just left out half the roster that he was playing with. So basically, yeah, we could throw these guys out of here and go get new players.
Right.
This is nothing new for this Brooklyn Nets team. They've been a scene of chaos for 4 years now. I don't think this is any different. If they get to training camp, it's going to be the same thing over again, and we're going to be talking about the latest as the world turns with the Nets for a few more months at least, I think.
As the world turns, a soap opera, if you will.
Figure.
But honestly, just the Steve Nash of it all. How do you go into training camp coaching a player who just went to the owner to get you fired?
You're getting on my nerves with this. You know that, right?
That's what I'm here for.
It's basketball. I think we do this thing where, sports culture is the same thing as our office. I mean, if I said I think Alan Hahn was terrible filling in on Get Up, it might be a little awkward because we have to work in this capacity. But if we have to get on the court and go try to win a basketball game, please, all of that stuff goes to the back end. Hoopers say all the time, you a bum, you need to work on this, blah, blah, blah. But if you're on my team, we're going to roll together. But one thing that we have to give Kevin Durant in this, whether or not his demands are met or not, he has a track record of showing up and being reliable. And I think in this, we have forgotten where this team was circa December prior to his injury, when he was literally carrying this squad and putting together an MVP caliber type of year. And so for me, with that in mind, Kevin Durant don't come around every year, right? With that in mind, I don't think that it's just completely dead, that his demands may or may not be met.
Okay, so let the players run the franchise.
So Steve Nash is the guy Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving wanted, and he's also the guy that was doing a great job in April. But now you want to be traded unless Steve Nash or Sean Marks gets fired? They were just doing whatever KD wanted. A normal GM would not have got DeAndre Jordan and got all those pieces around them, but DeAndre Jordan is Kevin Durant's friend, he's Kyrie's friend, so he got exactly what he wanted. Kevin Durant is also the reason that they went out and got James Harden, because Kyrie and KD wanted that too. Everything KD and Kyrie wanted, the GM did, and now that it's not going their way, they're blaming the GM that did everything they wanted. They also wanted a coach that would let them be them, play iso ball or whatever strategy you want to play. They wanted Steve Nash for that. That's why Kyrie said, even one of us could be the coach some days. And now they want to fire the coach, even though the Nets have done everything against their will to please KD and Kyrie. KD said, you will sign Kyrie or else I'm not signing. You will sign DeAndre or else we're not signing. You will trade for James Harden, otherwise we'll ask for a trade. You will keep Kyrie or else I'll ask for a trade. And yet, they've done all of that and still KD's not satisfied. This circus has gone on long enough. If I were Joe Tsai, I would trade KD, trade Kyrie, and just take Jaylen Brown and a bunch of draft picks, start over, rebuild, make a whole new team that at least would listen to me and I could have my own coach and GM. But that's what I think. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. That is all I have for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.